One thing I really like to do is, pretend that I'm in some kind of a strange alternate universe, and that there's a war going on. I'm fighting, monsters and things like that. And, I like to classify monsters in two large categories. There's the bony monsters, that if you hit them hard enough, it breaks their bones and they get all weak and everything, and you have to strike at their heart. And then there's the bloody monsters who die when they start losing a lot of blood. And there's several categories. I'm going to show you first of all a bony monster. That is Noodles. Now, they're actually pretty good martial artists because they can fight and, and they only start getting weak when their bones get broken. And now they kind of like and here you can feel there's their heart. And you hit it and the powder starts coming off, means they're dead. Now, this kind of monster is usually weak against the bloody monsters. That is, those who don't have any bones, but if you hit them hard enough, they start losing their blood, like this one here. So, and they start fighting. The objective is to get the bloody monster to hit the wall, so that he starts to get damaged, and then it explodes. But the bony monster is not strong enough, and he gets hit so many times that he starts to weaken. But the bloody monster is not able to find the heart, and so he keeps hitting and breaking the bones. But the bloody monster can't find where to hit, and doesn't have a sharp enough weapon to be able to attack the correct spot. And now the bony monster is so injured it can't move. But the bloody monster can't finish him off completely, and he just gives up. But then there are other types of bony monsters. These have a weakness on the head. When you fight them, you try to do like a pile driver, but it's always a very long process. That is until I come along. Now he's afraid because one hit and he's dead. There you go. My favorite type of monster, however, are the self-repairing ones. This is a self-repairing monster. He sees all the carnage, but he knows. And when he gets injured, that injury can be mended with some water, and it starts to get better. It's humid, and anyway, you don't really have to spend money on action figures or video games or whatever. You can kill everything you want, just like that. Have a lot of fun. Baby. We have to send this guy off to the hospital. Lost a lot of blood. You can see here. He's bleeding heavily. We don't have to disinfect the wounds because these monsters are not like, you know, and they don't get hurt by viruses. But put some tape. It's like a plaster or something. You can see here. And in some sense, he's weaker than the Bony monster, even though during the battle, he was capable of, you know, defeating the Bony monster. I mean, he couldn't finish him off, but he was. I mean, the Bony monster couldn't do any damage to him. But when they fight against me, even though, you know, this guy is more capable of fighting against the Bony monster, the weaknesses of the Bony monster makes it so that, you know, he lasts longer against me because I have the sharp weapon. And as soon as I hit him with the sharp weapon, it kills him. So anyway, now I'm gonna, you know, try to taste a little bit. You know, I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer doing this, you know, cutting up my victims and, you know, eating them and all that. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not strong enough for me, this kind of alcohol, but yeah. Oh yeah, I hope no one was too freaked out by the little stories that I posted. The objective is just, you know, to try to write something that's fun to read. It's not supposed to have any, you know, philosophical depth or whatever. It's a little hobby. I like, you know, creating things, like creating people or creating stories and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so good night, guys, and yeah, make sure you don't do anything too dangerous. And I think I'm gonna jack off now. So, good night.